5, 4. You have to look at me because this is how they do it. 5, 4.
Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to your daily 10-minute timer challenge toolbox.
Yes. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Wendy.
Yes, and we are going to give you some helpful ideas of places that you might want to declutter in your 10 minutes if you want to do it with us.
Yes, because in the spirit of our daily 10-minute timer challenge, we're giving you, as Jill said, tips, quotes, questions to inspire your 10-minute tidy and decluttering. And the best part, Jill, is that this episode can be used as
your timer. It is 10 minutes long is what we're shooting for.
Wonderful. So Jill has started the timer. We're ready to go. We hope you've chosen your spot to declutter because we do believe in tiny steps. We mentioned tiptoe steps before, and that can make a lot of progress.
It sure has in my house, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's why Jill said she needed a challenge. She wanted something to keep her going, keep her motivated. It's easy to just pick a spot, but we need to keep it small.
Yes, exactly, because 10 minutes goes by very quickly, especially when you're busy. And I know that with me, my timer will go off and sometimes I'll continue, but you don't have to. And that's the beauty of it, because if you're pressed for time, if you just really don't feel like decluttering and you think, oh, it's only 10 minutes, I can suffer through it. Because for me, sometimes it is a suffer through it moment. But it has motivated me to get some stuff done when Wendy and I can't declutter together.
Wonderful. I'm glad it's going well for you, Jill. And as you said, keep it small. I like to think in a container, and this means one shelf, one countertop,
one makeup bag, even
one box,
a tool chest.
Yeah, and even maybe one section of your clothes. If you're looking at a closet, maybe it's one drawer, maybe it's just the t-shirts or the socks.
Yeah.
That can be an easy 10
For
minutes.
example, my nightstand has 3 levels. The one day I did the top level and that was it. Another day I did the bottom 2 because they don't have as much stuff.
Yeah. Or your toiletry bag that you travel with.
Yes.
I mean, that's an easy 10 minute. We need to keep looking at our things to see, is there anything we can let go of to create more space? Because I think that is our why. Why are we doing this?
Exactly. And that's what I've learned for the whole decluttering experiment overall is I just need to get rid of stuff so that I have places to put the stuff that I use.
Absolutely. You must, and this is a must, you must accept the limits of your space. If you don't accept the limits of the space is going to turn on you. And Jill, I've seen some areas of your home where the space has turned on you.
Yeah, we tackled one of those today, but that's another episode.
Yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Right. So the physical space you have chosen dictates the space.
Yeah.
Whether it's a drawer, a cupboard, a shelf. If things are spilling out, you really need to let go of some stuff.
Absolutely. And even if things aren't spilling out, sometimes there's a lot of stuff you can let go of so that you can put away all the stuff that maybe was on your dining room table that shouldn't be there.
Or on your bench in your laundry room, Jill, that was just piled with stuff on it. So we'll talk about that later. But another tip I like to think of too, as you're deciding, own things for the life you have now. So, and today even, I saw you, we'll talk about it later, you let go of a lot of things that were past.
They were from my past life.
And your childhoods,
and
I was your children.
I was hanging on to them because, you do. But my kids aren't little anymore. They don't need 600 dance costumes that, and my daughter had said we can get rid of them. She said that years ago. I just have not been able to part with some yet until today. But and that wasn't even part of our 10-minute challenge. For the quick 10 minutes, I've done my spices. Am I currently using the spice? Is it expired? Because sometimes you buy spice for a recipe and then you may not have finished it, but it's expired 3 years. It's no longer going to be the right flavor anyway.
Right. And if you've listened in the past episodes, I had a rag bag. Well, Jill, one of my 10-minute tidies this month was my garbage bag. I collect grocery bags to use as garbage bags. So that was in my hall closet. And I organized that a bit. That wasn't overflowing, but was able to let go of some stuff there too.
Well, I gave you a whole bunch more today,
I
so you
know.
can
So
add those to your bag.
well, let's give some listeners some maybe questions to ask yourself, because maybe you're working right now. This is your timer. So ask yourself, when did I use this last?
Right.
Do I have a duplicate?
Often I do.
Yes. Would I buy this again?
Usually I wouldn't.
And is this worth the space it takes up?
I'm learning that it's not.
Yeah. And Jill's getting better and better about letting go of things.
I
So,
am.
yeah. And I know the emotional stuff is harder to do. Questions there could be, do I love this item or does it bring me joy? And also with gifts, am I keeping it out of guilt or obligation?
Which I have done a lot in the past, but I'm getting better at that.
You are. You're doing really well, Jill. And I think that the snowball, the motivation, the
Mm-hmm.
decluttering momentum is really getting to you because you are realizing the space is important. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Jill,
Yeah.
space is very valuable in a home.
Right. It's like, think of it as prime real estate on like a beachfront or in a large city, something that costs a lot of money. Do you want to fill it up with people being my clutter,
Yes.
that are no longer welcome?
Your clutter is no longer welcome. And certain items, even if they're sentimental, if you don't use it, if you don't get joy out of it. And then we also asked about keeping an item out of guilt or obligation. Gifts is a tough one too.
It is, but often, if it's not something you are going to use, think of it this way. If you donate the item to a thrift store, maybe somebody will come in and be like, wow, this is exactly what I wanted.
You never know, because that couple things I take from your house, it's like, ooh, I really could use this.
I see you salivating sometimes when we get like some of my old coats that like you're like,
yeah, once in a while. But now listen, make sure, listeners, you give yourself permission to take time, because especially with sentimental, if you're not sure and you're in the 10-minute tidy, just pass it over and look at something else. Is there something else in the drawer you can let go of now? Because this is really a time where you're trying to be efficient.
Yes, that's true. And then maybe at the end, you could have a 10-minute per object if you want to. If you want to take 10 minutes per object, but you can use your timer however you want. We recommend that you just try to get stuff organized and put away and maybe decluttered quickly.
That's right.
And you can come back to it later.
Right. And if you do the 10-minute tidy timer challenge, or as Jill just says, the 10-minute timer challenge every day, you will continue progress. You're going to, yeah, please re-listen to this episode again and again.
Yeah, this could be your timer.
And your inspiration. So another final tip, Jill, as I'm thinking about wrapping up here, holding on is harder than letting go. We let go once. We hold on every single day with, as you put, the money, because you think of it as a beachfront property, with the time, the attention. Are you going to sort this again the next time on the 10-minute tidy timer challenge? You don't want to do that.
No, and I'm learning very quickly that I definitely don't. It's easier for me now to let go because I'm learning that I want that space for stuff I use. Because then when you go to clean, things have a space, they get put away so much quicker. You were impressed when you walked into my house today.
Absolutely. It's looking really good, Jill.
It is. And so that was just a quick tidy before you came over, because I have been busy. And so a few things got out of place, but I was just tuck, put away, and things were looking great when you walked in. And it only took me maybe 10 minutes to do that.
So good luck, everyone, on your 10-minute tidy timer challenge.
Or as I call it, the daily 10-minute timer challenge.
Yes. Because a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Yeah, and that is true, because you take one step and the next and one foot in front of the other, and before you know it, things are looking much better than they were.
Right. So we hope you have enjoyed this 10-minute episode. We look forward to joining you next time on your journey.
Yes, and we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, you're done.